勝負。
俺はナナシです。そして Welcome to Gameplay Shinobi. Now I have decided that I will make a list of early access games available through Steam. Now bear in mind that this is just my list and this is just a small drop in a big sea of early access games available through Steam. So it's impossible for me to cover all of them, but as I've purchased a lot of early access games, and to be honest with you, I got rather angry when they turned out to be failures. Therefore, I've decided to make this list to make people aware that there are some bad games out there and not very honest developers, and also to make you aware of good games that are currently in development or they have a good promise and they're nearly complete. So yeah, hopefully you'll look forward to this video and sit back, relax and enjoy. So number 10 on our list, we have Legend of Aetherius. It was developed by 3 Gates Studio, I think from Sweden, don't quote me on that. Now we're still waiting for a patch that will give us the 3rd class, which will be like some sort of technician or magician, I don't know. And the game hasn't been updated for around a year, which makes me think that this game has been abandoned. Now it's not an early access, perhaps because the developer wanted to just cash in and disappear. Legend of Aetherius, it's a failure. I do not recommend anyone to buy this game. It's way too expensive. It's missing content that was promised, and also, we're still waiting for updates for the testers. It was actually a discussion almost a year ago that they were looking for testers, and yet nothing was done with it. So yeah, I do not recommend even considering buying this game because it's a failure. It's an utter failure, and the developer should be ashamed that they haven't delivered what they've promised. And there's not even a single thread on the forums that whether they're working on it or not. It's just an utter failure. So that was number 10, Legend of Aetherius. Yeah, let's proceed to the next one. So number 9 on our list, we have Contagion. Now Contagion has been released, which means it's not on early access anymore. Now I have mixed feeling about this game, primarily because it tries to do something else. It is similar to survival horror, which you have limited ammo and you have to struggle, but none of those mechanics are actually done pretty well, which means some of the layouts of the maps are just boring, flat, and there's little exploration aside from few open houses or open shops. It constantly pushes you to one direction. The maps feels a little bit claustrophobic, even though it gives you this feeling of open world. It's not really an open world. It's just one big map, and it's not like you have to gather food and try to survive. It's not like you have to do what you would do in a zombie apocalypse. It's a little bit hit or miss, but yeah, I would pass. I would not play this game, especially because the community is quite absent in it. Unless you have friends and you want to try something new, then yeah, you can pick it up. So yeah, let's proceed to the next one. Number 8, Starbound. Now I was really hyped about this game when it was announced on early access. I actually was one of the people that bought the early access, and I was hoping to play it, the finished product, in maybe a year's time, because from the roadmap they had on a website, which is by the way taken down. Why? I don't know. Anyway, but in the roadmap it says like 70% or 80%, I'm not sure how much, but it was pretty close to completion. And yet this game has been in development hell for almost 2 years in early access since it's been put on Steam. So come on, how long do I have to wait to play the full game, to enjoy all the features you wanted to implement to begin with? So no wonder this game has been backlashed by the community and pretty hard, and I totally understand the feeling of those people. But aside from that, is that a bad game? No, it's not. It's actually better than Terraria in my opinion, and I would prefer to play this game rather than to play Terraria. Because, you know, bigger sprites, bigger enemies, there's some blocking done, dodging, some special abilities, a lot of things to craft, the food, you have spaceships, you have dungeons, you have randomized loot. This game is big, but my main complaint is it's just too, it just took too long. It's taking too long. And I think they've earned millions off this game. I mean, a lot of people were just throwing money at them. They've actually changed the office to, I think, London. So you would think that they would have more manpower, more time, better, I don't know, environment to finish the game. But it seems like they're taking their time, and I don't know whether they're lying to people or not, but it's just taking too long, and those features, this game should have been finished a year ago, at least a year ago, so I could play it the way it meant to be played, with all the quests implemented, with all of the features. But hey, it's Starbound. Can I recommend this game? Yeah, I think I can recommend this game, because even though it took them 2 years, a lot of the features are being implemented, and the game is pretty much playable, and you know, there aren't many glitches, and I think it's nearly there, but it's been a hell of a journey. So yeah, if you have friends, I'm sure you can enjoy this game way more than Terraria. At least I am enjoying it. So yeah, that was number 8, Starbound. Number 7 on our list, we have Secrets of Grindea. Yeah, it's one of the games, again, that I was looking forward to, and yeah, I kinda see my mistakes more clearly. I shouldn't look forward to early access games. Duh! Anyways, it's developed by 3 students, from university students, I think, from Sweden. Sorry guys, I don't remember anymore. I think they're from Sweden. So it's taking their time, because obviously they have only 3-man squad. But is it a good game? Well, currently it will take you around 6 hours to complete most of the content, including the side quests and stuff like that. You know, so there isn't much. And also, I do not recommend picking it up, because yeah, since the newest update, I can't play my old character. So all of my blooming, you know, experience, all of my progression is lost, essentially. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe they will. I have to look at the how do you say it, forums to check it out. Aside from that, there is no server browser, so if you want to join someone, you have to use IP, which kind of sucks. Whoops. Are you really connecting somewhere? Don't give me that. You can play arcade mode, which is essentially, come on, essentially what it says, arcade mode, which you complete some of these stages, get the loot, and get some improvements to your city or your hub. Now the arcade mode itself is okay if you have friends. It will keep you occupied. The combat is actually action based. You have your block, you have your attack, but there isn't much content implemented in this game as of now as of yet, but they're working hard. I think they have like weekly updates to this game, so I hope it's gonna turn out pretty good. I like this item, and I'm looking forward to the finished product. But realistically, being a university student studying and working on a game, I will give this game 1-2 years at least. So yeah, if you want to support the devs, go ahead and do that. But yeah, the game needs a lot of content, because right now 6 hours for around £10, I think. I don't know, you judge. It's a good game, but I'm hesitating to recommend it. So yeah, let's get to another number 6 on our list. Number 6 on our list, we have Interstellar Marines. Now, I'm a sucker for sci-fi, so it was a given that I would pick this game up. And also, it will feature, actually it is featuring 4-player co-op missions, although there's like 2 of them currently, and there's... I'm sorry, but we can't speak at the same time. Anyways. Okay, I need to turn it off, sorry. Okay, so there we are. Yeah, Interstellar Marines, it's pretty good. I like what they're doing here. You can play it with 4 players, although it's still early access, so there's like 2 maps, and I wish they could work on, you know, enemy AI, more weapons, a little bit more interaction, and you know, more enemies and stuff like that. Right now they have only 2 maps. How do I crouch? Okay. Right now they have only 2 maps, and it's not very... I don't think I can open that. So there isn't much content, but I'm really looking forward to the end product. And I hope because the devs are actually working hard on the game, they're releasing updates, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good at what they're doing, and I hope it will turn out well for them, and the community will support this game, because it's pretty good. And can I recommend it at the current stage? It's a hard call. Because, you know, like I said, there isn't much content as of now, like 2 maps, and there's some multiplayer PvP. A lot of features are missing. There is a little bit of immersion in this game, and there's only like 1 type of enemy, which is like a robot. Spoilers, cough. Anyway, so it's up to you. I personally like the atmosphere, like the combat, the way the immersion, the way the game feels. You can actually turn off your mask, I think, with some button, maybe H, yeah, helmet. So basically the HUD is disappearing, but I'm sure with a lot of content, with better maps and stuff like that, this game's gonna be a blast, and I would recommend it when it has more content. So yeah, that was Interstellar Marines. Let's proceed. Next on our list we have Kingdom Rise. Now at the start I have to say I cannot recommend this game, just because it's missing a lot of features. It's a bit glitchy and unbalanced, but aside from that, it can be pretty fun. It works a little bit like, you know, the combat feels a little bit like Mountain Blade or War of the Roses, except it's a bit, except it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, and sometimes it feels unfair, especially if you hold, you know, block, and then I think you have to block at the right time. If you block too soon, or if you hold it like that, it will eventually, you know, it won't work. So yeah, I would give this game, I would say even a year, because seeing how the updates are coming, this will take some time, and I just hope it won't turn out in one of those, you know, abandonware games. So we will see. Next on the list we have Memory of Eldurim. Yeah, it's another early access game, and yeah, I really like the engine they're working on. It's one of the prettier games, you know, early access games out there. It's missing core features like the, you know, combat mechanics, or even, okay, running's there, but it's missing the core features, which makes this game really shallow experience right now. But I hope that it's going to turn out to be good. My only problem is that there's magic in this game, and I freaking hate magic. And also, you know, the fact that you can wear heavy armor and use magic, I don't think it's going to be a very balanced game, but hey, we'll see what the developers have in mind. Also, you cannot currently change the key bindings, which is pretty bad, and the game is not very optimized. I mean, not very good optimization. I have like 20 frames per second running with fraps, so yeah, it's pretty heavy on your computer. And yeah, combat, right, I like the fact that the combat is action based, but it's clunky as hell, and you can bait your enemies, and basically it's not very fun right now. I hope they'll improve things. The head detection also sucks. And as you can see, even though I blocked, there was a sound that I was blocking, I died, because apparently it's stat based as well. So it means that my blocking was not leveled up properly, or maybe my shield was not, you know, a good quality. I don't know, I just died. So I would not recommend picking this game up just yet until they've changed the game mechanics to something better. But it is promising, and I hope it'll turn out good, because this game will be, you can play it, you will be able to play it, sorry, with your friends. So I can see some really good potential here, especially if you can create your own builds, like you have a two-handed warrior, you have a, you know, tank, and then you have someone that heals you and stuff like that. So yeah, fix the game mechanics, the core game mechanics, make combat a little bit between Dark Souls and maybe Monster Hunter, you know, and basically make the head detection better, and animations and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to this game. So yeah, that was Memory of Eldurim. Support it if you want, or if you can. If you don't have money, then I'm not going to force anyone to buy it at this stage, because it's a bit of a disappointment. You're not going to spend a lot of time here unless they're going to fix, you know, I can kill bandits night and day if the combat had been better, but right now there's nothing for me to do. So yeah, that was Memory of Eldurim. Let's progress to another. Number 3 on our list, we have a Forge quest, currently on early access, and it's been in development hell for quite some time, so it's about time they should get a grip and finish the game. And it's essentially hack and slash RPG with isometric view of your character. It went through many changes. Some of them are better, some of them are worse. The better changes are basically better dungeons and implementation of the servers. As you can see, I can create my public or a private server. I can join someone else via public games, but no one plays it at the moment. So I have to start my own private session. And as I've mentioned before, it's hack and slash, so you have your left click, your first weapon. Then I don't have a shield, but you can block as well. And if you don't have a shield and you want a secondary weapon, you can use it with the right mouse button. Then you have your dodge, and also you have your hotbar here on the bottom, which you can, you know, use your abilities. I'm currently going for a mage because I want to have a healing, and then I think I will start with the warrior. So basically I want to be like a cleric class. And the good thing is, if you have enough points, you can basically mix and match. You can be rogue, mage, knight, hybrid if you want, but it's not very effective because you will have tons of skills, and some of them are better than the others. And to unlock barbarian or a knight, you have to start with the warrior. So essentially there's a basic class for everything, like mage, and then you have wizard and mystic and roach, and then branches off to thief and gadgeteer. So you have to be careful, but if you have friends, they can cover for you. So if if your friends can heal you, your friends can help you out and stuff like that. And can I recommend this game? If it's on sale, yes. If you don't mind the aesthetics of this game, if you don't mind the combat, which is like an action-based combat, and also, if you don't mind that it's an early access, and even though you equip a new armor, you would think that it would look better, but there's no visual, changes. So that's pretty disappointing and immersion breaking. So the only thing that changes is your stats. But like I've said, it's an early access, and I hope they will implement this much needed feature in the future. So yeah, that is the Forge quest, ladies and gentlemen, and let's proceed to the next game. Thank you. Next on our list we have Space Engineers. And as you might have guessed, as a fan of sci-fi, I quite like this game. There's a lot of customization options there. You can build some crazy stuff, from ships to bases to little ships like to destroy the asteroids and stuff like that. But the drawback is there is no enemy AI. So if you were expecting like huge space battles against your friends, or against enemy AI, it's not there. It's not in there. And I wish that someone could made a mod, or maybe devs could develop like a mission pack. So for example, you start on the asteroid on a small base, and then you have to go far away in a space, and there's this big fleet that you have to invade to get inside, and I don't know, it's stuff like that to make it much more interesting, aside just from building. But what the building is pretty well made, and if you just want to build, I would recommend picking this game up. But if you want to put your creation to good use, if you know what I mean, then I would hold off and wait for patches or mods, so the game is actually more interesting, because right now building is, you can have fun with it, but eventually it will get boring if you can't put it in a good use. So yeah, that's number 2 on our list, Space Engineers. And by the way, the devs are working on a new game called Medieval Engineers, which will let you build castles. But having seen the trailer, I'm not very hyped about it, because it feels very empty. As in, there's no AI, there's no, combat, like melee combat as you would expect in medieval times. But we'll see what the plans are for those games. I just really hope that someone will make the mod or implement much needed features, which is basically a combat. So yeah, thank you very much. That's number 2, Space Engineers. Number 1 on our list we have Road Redemption. Now, just because it's number 1 doesn't mean it's the best early access game out there. No, it's just the that's better. It's just the list that I've made of the games that I think they have a chance of succeeding. Just like, for example, Prison Architect, which turned out to be pretty good. So yeah, currently there's no online mode, but I like Road Redemption because it's simply, you can play it split screen, but it reminds me of the old, I think it was a Nintendo Road Rash, I think it was called, and it was pretty cool. I really like the fun aspects of it, and this game is really reminding me of Road Rash. So yeah, let's go ahead. One thing to notice is, note to the devs, please, at the beginning of the mission, make sure you give us some time, like 3, 2, 1, like a counter, so I have a chance to prepare myself, because as you will notice, the race starts immediately, so you don't have a chance, like boom, that's it, you have to go. Yeah, there's nothing like hitting people with a baseball bat on a motorbike. One thing I don't like in this game is that there are some... That's a terrible freeze. A terrible freeze, but it's an early access, so hey. One thing I don't like in this game is the fact that they have guns. I mean, what's the point of, this game if you give us guns and you can shoot them from far away? It's much more fun to kick them, to throw them throw them off the bike, and it's just that more satisfying rather than shoot them with the with the gun from far away. And I can see a big potential here if they add a multiplayer mod, which throwing your friends out of the bicycle is just gonna be hilarious. It will cause a lot of anger and probably grief and fun moments. So it's a big potential as a YouTuber to even make videos with this game. And I hope, whoa, that's what I get for not paying attention too much. And I hope that this game will turn out to be really good. Let's see what will happen if I... Oh, okay, I was hoping to be blown off. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. What? Anyway, I lost the race. Yeah, I can buy some upgrades and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna get into it. It's a pretty fun game, and I recommend picking it up if you like the gameplay, and there's fun to be had here. But like I said, it's an early access, so I would wait for a sale. You see, that's the thing. I can start with the Uzi, which is like a, submachine gun, if I'm not mistaken. Which will spoil the whole fun. It's like, now I can shoot them. So that's the thing I wish they could, take it out. Because that's just Grand Theft Auto. It's not fun anymore. It's way cooler to just smash them off the bike and see them flying. Get lost. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Ow. You do have health on a upper screen. Cops. Whoa, no! Okay, that's a little bit weird, because I was, expecting to be thrown off the bike, but that's my Uzi done. Ow. Let's see. Nope. Bad cop. Right, so that was Road Redemption for you guys. Thank you for watching. That's my number 1 on the list, although it's not the best early access game. I just put it here because it's a pretty funny game, and that was my list. Thank you for watching. お疲れ様です。